Teacher មិនបានរៀនតាមនឹងអប់រំរៀនតាម Zoom វិញទៅ
The school require us to learn from
Oh.
it. Easy to get the attendance, easy to
Yeah.
control student attendance and also lecturer attendance. But if you study on Zoom, very hard for them to manage to control. Okay, so even when you log into the system, it means that they know that your what time you get into and what time you get out, so they know. Okay, easy to control for the attendance. That's the idea. Okay, so this book, anybody print out this one? Yeah, the textbook here. So you should print out the book here, right? Global governance workbook here. So here you got example like this one. Tell you about chapter summary. What chapter summary from chapter 1 until chapter 5. Chapter 1 about what is global governance. The second one about globalization and global governance. The idea means influence of globalization on global governance. And chapter 3 about global development governance. Number 4, global trade governance. And number 5 about BRICS in regional and global governance. The idea means the roles. What are the main role of BRICS in regional and global governance? So you know BRIC, right? What is BRICS? What does it mean? BRICS. Hello, everyone can hear me well, right?
Yes, teacher, but I did not see the word.
Did not see the slide, you mean?
No, I see the slide, but I cannot see the word that you asking for.
Uh, BRICS, you know BRIC,
Oh,
B
uh,
O I BOIC. Yeah, chapter 5, BRIC in regional and global governance. In the role of powerful and developing country like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So we call BRICS. What are the role in regional and global governance? Okay, so that involve each of the 5. So this is just the introduction, and then we got the slide here and some handout. Okay, so this is how your textbook look like. So you may take a look, print out page around 123 pages. So double side maybe like 62 pages only. So you don't spend much money. Okay, then the handout and the last part involved with your slide. Yeah, slide. I have sent out the slide for you as well in the group Telegram, so maybe easier to you to check or to take a look. Okay, so this is just the introduction about your lesson textbook here, and then you should print out. Okay, everyone can hear me well?
yes, teacher, I can hear you well.
Okay, yeah. Right, so here the textbook, and today we're supposed to learn chapter 1. Okay, learn chapter 1. Let's go to slide chapter 1, what is global governance. So from your idea, from your point of view, what is global governance? Any idea? What is global governance? Want to share idea?
ចាំ
From
ពីលេខ
your
1រកអ្នកសិន
from your understanding, what is global governance? Any idea? From your understanding, what is global governance? Government of the world or govern of the world, govern the world, control the world, or what?
Um, I'm volunteer teacher.
Not clear. Mm,
Uh, Global governance is just like the situation of the world, like some bad situation like peace or uh จะถ้ามีสงครามหรือก็อาจมีหรือก็មានតែថាមានសន្តិសុខល្អឬក៏អត់ល្អអញ្ចឹងហ្នឹងក៏គឺចឹង
okay.
អត់គ្រូ
Okay. Okay, let's go to the overview of the slide or the lesson. So you will learn about what is global governance definition, what are the gaps in global governance, what is the need for global governance growing. Global governance like nowadays, what is the role uh, which agent that play in the main role of controlling the spread of COVID-19. So that one is part of global governance. Okay. So who join or who participate in global governance, especially in the curbing or in the prevention or in treatment of people who suffer from COVID-19. Okay. So have the main role in that. Any idea? Hello. Hello. Everyone can hear me well?
Yes, teacher, I hear you.
Okay. All right. So here, what you're supposed to learn, right? Uh, the gap in global governance, why is the need for global governance growing, actor in global governance, classifying types of IGO, means intergovernmental organization, processes of global governance, multilateralism, mirror, mean importance, a variety of global governance, IGO function, politics and effectiveness of global governance, and the conclusion of the last part. Okay, so let's start with the first one, the history of global governance. So, what is the history here? Yeah, may skim a little bit to get an idea. What is uh, global governance here, and when did it started? The idea?
No, teacher, for me.
No. Okay, so here global governance is roughly uh, about 20 years old, right? 20 years, I think, is it 20 years ago? 20 years ago, yeah. Stemming from the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1989 to 1991. Okay, I mean 20 years, yeah, 20 years ago, not 20 years old. Yeah, global governance is about 20 years old, stemming from the collapse of Soviet Union in 1989. So this one at the end of Cold War, right? 1981, 1989 to 1991. And the accompanying set a new, more cooperative world that would emerge to address global public problems. The Commission on Global Governance report. So here this one, they got a term like the report, the first report about global governance. So they got the word global governance here from the commission ហៅគណៈកម្មការណាយើងធ្លាប់ឮគណៈកម្មការចារវត្តកម្មការចារវត្ត Okay, so we call commission. So the term here reported in 1995. This is the definition. With the end of the Cold War, there was now a prospect of strengthened commitment to the pursuit of common objectives through multilateralism. Pursuit means looking for. So the objective, so the idea means multilateralism. Like many agents got involved multilateralism និយមបាទមានថាមានភាគីច្រើនចូលរួមពហុភាគីហៅថា multilateralism and the use of greater collective responsibility in a wide range of areas including security not only in a military sense but in economic and social terms as well sustainable development the promotion of democracy, equity, human rights, and humanitarian action. So, from your understanding, okay, from your understanding, what is the report? What is the idea of the main report of commission of the Commission on Global Governance? What is the definition about global governance? Hannah, on the share idea.
Wait, teacher, I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Any idea? Okay, yeah, let's move on. Okay. All right. So this one, when you look at the definition, it's about what the main concept. They focus on greater collective responsibility in a wide range of areas, including security. Right. So it starts with like collective responsibility មានការទទួលខុសត្រូវរួមនិងនិយាយពី global governance អភិបាលកិច្ចពិភពលោកគឺតកតងការទទួលខុសត្រូវរួមអញ្ចឹងគឺទី1និយាយពីអីគេបាទ security not just security alone but economic and social norm or social term as well the second one is about sustainable development so we call collective responsibility or we call global governance the third one about promotion of democracy so that the effort of the world right people in the world agency government okay, got involved in that promotion of democracy. The next one about equity, about human rights and humanitarian action. Okay, like you see, you have seen or experienced for the last 2 years here, we got problem with the spread of COVID-19. So that need the effort of global governance, okay, people, government, uh, civil society, government, and all like international organizations like the UN or World Health Organization as well also got uh, to join the collective responsibility uh, to to stop the spread of the COVID-19. Okay, next definition: global governance as was defined as formal institution and regime empower like motivated or encourage to enforce compliance need to respect need to follow as well as informal arrangement that people and institution either have agreed or perceived to be in their interest. So this is the report from the commission, right? So involve both formal and informal, formal institution and also like informal arrangement. Okay, that perceived to be the interest, like regard as the interest or as the benefit of the people. We move to the definition from James Rosenau, so also famous definition. James Rosenau articulate mean suggested that the world had been increasingly interdependent before the end of the Cold War, but that interdependence was now more evident as the pace of globalization accelerated. He argued that world affairs were being governed in a uh, bifurcated system of world politics. Hello, everyone. Can hear me well, right?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
okay. I hope that I'm not speaking alone. Okay. So, uh, the idea, right? So, to sum up, like the idea of James Ross now, we say that the world is interdependent, we depend on each other. Before the end of the Cold War. Cold War ended in 1989. That because of the speed, he said, the speed of globalization. So when everything become like globalization, so it we receive both, right, advantages and disadvantages. Like the benefit of globalization, we could use like Zoom, we could use Jitsi, to talk to each other, to learn, to study, example, to teach, to study. But the problem because of the globalization and the international trade, also that the problem lead to the COVID-19 as well. But because of that, we got the vaccine at the same time. Okay, so that the effort or the effect of globalization. So bring both advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so continue with the idea of James Ross now. He said, one, and in the state system, in the state system of state and their national governments that has long dominated the course of event, and the other as a multi-centric system of diverse ties of collectivities that had lately emerged as a rival source of authority with actors that sometimes cooperate with, often compete with, endlessly interact with the state centric system. The global state is dense with actors large and small, formal and informal, economic and social, political and cultural, national, transnational, international, subnational, aggressive and peaceful, liberal and authoritarian, who collectively form a highly complex system of global governance. Okay, so we can look at the bold term, right? The black letter or the black words, bold term from James Rosnow that he highlighted. It refers to the interstate system and their governmental governments. The global state is then big, right? So it cover, it involved with actor from both the large country and the small country, the formal institution and informal one, right? So he mentioned a lot aggressive and peaceful. So aggressive, like aggressive behavior, ready to fight the other. So we call aggressive. Liberal leader or authoritarian, who collectively form a highly complex system of global governance. So mixed together like many kinds of agency that or we call stakeholder that play the role in global governance. Okay, next one, definition of global governance from Thomas West. So Thomas West, very famous, he wrote a lot of book about the UN system. Professor Thomas West. So a lot of book, right, about the UN system. So you may got familiar with his name. So he said what global governance is collective efforts to identify, understand, or address worldwide problems that go beyond the capacity of individual state to solve. So collective effort, but it go beyond the ability of the individual state of each state, right? So need uh, the other state around the world to pay, like especially like the case of COVID-19 example. So not just one state alone can deal with the problem. As such, it may be helpful to think of global governance and the capacity within the international system at the moment to provide government-like service and public good in the absence of a world government. So say the world, no world government, right? So the United Nations, not the world government. Okay, because it does not have its own military, but the military officer from the other state volunteer to join or volunteer to help. Okay, the it is a combination of informal and formal value, rule, norm, and procedure, practice, policy, and organization of very type that often provides pricing and desirable degree of global order, stability, and predictability. Okay, so that's the definition as well. Combine or mix, a mixture mixture of informal and formal value, rule, norm. So all here we call about everything here about a global governance, procedure, practice, policy, organization of various type, provide a desirable degree of global order. So bring global order, stability, and predictability. That's the idea from Thomas Wage. Okay, continue. Global governance encompasses uh, an extremely wide variety of cooperative problem solving arrangement that may be visible but invisible. Okay, say, may be visible but informal practice or guideline or result from a temporary unit like coalition of the willing. Coalition means là chùm rong, chan tẹt chùm rong, tu snack chùm rong. Such arrangement may also be formal, taking the shape of the hard rule, international law and treaty, as well as constituted, constituted organization with an administrative structure and well-established practice to manage collective affairs by variety of actors at all levels, including state authority, IGO, uh, okay, IGO. This one was it. NGO, private sector entity, and other civil society actors. So IGO like intergovernmental organization. Example like ASEAN. ASEAN member like Cambodia got representative. Uh, Thailand, Vietnam got representative to work for the ASEAN, the Southeast Asia region association, right? So we call it ASEAN, EU. So we call IGO. Through such mechanism, and arrangement, collective interests are articulated, right and obligation are established, and differences are mediated. So they try to mediate anything that different, okay? You know, to deal with conflict, the idea, deal with conflicts, mediate differences. So global governance is equated with activity that are hard to dislike cooperation, problem solving, and the provision of public goods. So that's the idea about global governance, about cooperation, solving the problem, and provide the public goods. Hello, everyone. Get the idea? Can you hear me well?
Lư là cô Lư tại cô.
Okay. Understand the definition and the ties
Anh
of global governance.
anh phải không cô?
Pana, understand?
No.
Pana said Not happy, right?
Yeah.
I heard you laughing a lot. Okay. Okay. Not happy. Okay. Not good, but laughing a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
How about Stockholm? Understand, right? Understand the definition about global governance. Hello, Stockholm.
Yes,
Malay.
teacher, I try to understand.
Yeah, you try to understand. Okay. How
It's
about
very
Malay?
hard because I have a lot of these colors.
A lot of difficult words. Okay, so this is just the idea. So, global governance here to sum up refer to like something good, right? To solve the problem together, like solve the problem together. I mean, one country alone cannot solve, like especially like the case of COVID-19. The government alone cannot solve the problem, but need to help to cooperate with the other, even the people and all, the all kind, all class, all types of organization and people also need to join, need to cooperate in order to deal with the problem. Okay, move on to the next one. Still about definition. Power in Global Governance by Michael Barnett and Raymond Duval. Okay, so this one, the author. They said global governance involves formal and informal institutional context that dispose that action in direction that it advantage some while disadvantage other ចឹងគេថា global governance វាតាក់ទងទៅនឹងបរិបទណាស្ថាប័នវាអាចជាស្ថាប័នផ្លូវការខ្លះមិនផ្លូវការខ្លះហើយសកម្មភាពពួកគេអាចធ្វើទៅអាចផ្ដល់អត្ថប្រយោជន៍ដល់អ្នកខ្លះហើយក៏អាចនឹងជះឥទ្ធិពលទៅដល់អ្នកខ្លះអវិជ្ជមានដល់អ្នកខ្លះទៀតផងដែរ Understanding power in this way make it much more difficult to approach global governance purely in terms of cooperation, coordination, consensus, and normative progress. ចឹងគេថា global governance វាតាក់ទងអីខ្លះនិយាយសរុបសង្ខេបមកពាក្យទៅលើគេគឺទីមួយសហការគ្នាសហប្រតិបត្តិការcoordination និយាយថាសម្របសម្រួលប៉ុន្តែខ្មែរយើងច្រើនចូលចិត្តប្រើពាក្យថាសហការណាបាទព្រោះសហការឆ្លងស្ថាប័ននឹងគេប្រើ coordination consensus mean agreement ណា consensus agreement and normative progress ហើយនឹងយើងហៅថាកែប្រែជាវិជ្ជមានលូតលាស់ចម្រើនទៅមុខជាវិជ្ជមានកែប្រែអរិយាប័ត្រអីជាវិជ្ជមាននឹងហៅថា normative progress. And then they give a definition about governance. Okay, and the next one about global governance. Okay, governance is a matter of institutional or systemic bias, privilege, and unequal constraint on action. Conversely, if global governance itself is conceptualized in terms of production, sorry, the plane disturber. If global governance itself is conceptualized in terms of production, reproduction, transformation of site asymmetry, and then serialization and analysis must by logical necessity rest on conception of power that see power act in the action through diffuse social relation. So this one is say global governance. If global governance is conceptualized in terms of production or reproduction or transformation of asymmetry ពីចង់និយាយថាបើសិនបើគេឲ្យសំដៅលើថាភាពអភិបាលកិច្ចសកលវាអានេះវាតកតងអំណាចអញ្ចឹងអំណាចពេលខ្លះវាអាចធ្វើមានការជោគជ័យប៉ុន្តែវាពាក្យថា global governance កន្លែងនេះគឺបើចង់ឲ្យនិយមន័យទៅលើថាវាតកតងនឹងផលិតភាព production ហ្នឹងមានថាធ្វើការងារឲ្យមានផលិតភាពឲ្យមានភាពលូតលាស់នៅក្នុងបរិបទមួយដែល asymmetry មានថាអត់ឯកភាពគ្នាណាយើងធ្លាប់ឮថាពីរនាក់អត់ symmetry គ្នាសោះអញ្ចឹង asymmetry ស្របគ្នាដល់ asymmetry បដិសេធ meaning they got different ideas so need global governance to deal with Nick Lloyd Gruber identified how the state articulate of the European monetary system intended not only to preserve their privileged position to the future, but also ensure international arrangement would substantially bind future domestic and governmental actors that might want to overhaul the rule. Okay, move to next slide. Next definition from Amiteo Charia. So you may have known him, very famous scholar, kind of Indian American scholar. So he from India, but worked at Harvard University and graduate and worked as a professor at most of the famous university in the United States. So again, so here the quote, right? Quote. So many quote from ideas of the author. Again, right? Again and again, formal global governance is about formal or informal management or arrangement of cross-border issues affecting a significant proportion of the international system by state, international institutions, and non-state actors through power, functional cooperation, law, regime, and norms. Okay. So that is some up from Amiteo Charia. Okay. International institution non-state actor មានតួអង្គរដ្ឋតួអង្គមិនមែនរដ្ឋផ្សេងនោះបាទក្នុងនោះក៏មានអំណាចអីផងដែរfunctional cooperation បើសហការគ្នាមានផ្លូវច្បាប់មានរបបផ្សេងគ្នាជាច្រើនហើយនឹងក៏មានអរិយាប័ត្រឬក៏ក្រមសីលធម៌ផ្សេងដែរណអញ្ចឹងទាំងអស់នេះជា global governance from UN Intellectual History Project បាទនេះគឺតាក់ទង project soft តាក់ទងពី UN វិញ Global governance is seen as the sum of law, norm, and policy and institution that define, constitute, mediate មានថានិយាយแบบផ្សះផ្សាជាតិគេប្រាប់ពីនឹង mediate trend border relation between state, culture, citizen, in intergovernmental and non-governmental organization and the market អញ្ចឹង global governance វាតាក់ទងទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងគឺជាការបូកផ្សំនេះគឺនិយាយបូកផ្សំសាំអស់នោះបូកផ្សំដល់នោះមានច្បាប់មានទម្លាប់មាន policy គោលនយោបាយស្ថាប័នផ្សេងដែលកំណត់ឡើងបង្កើតឡើងផ្សះផ្សានៅទំនាក់ទំនងបាទឆ្លងព្រំដែនរវាងរដ្ឋរវាងជាតិសាសន៍ផ្សេងបាទហើយនឹងរដ្ឋាភិបាលនិង NGO ជាដើមហើយនឹងទីផ្សារផងដែរអញ្ចឹងអស់នេះគេឲ្យឈ្មោះថា global governance បាទយូរនៃវាគេចាំយូរនៃព្រោះពេលធ្វើរួចHello Can you hear me well Hi
Teacher.
Okay, Somali. Okay, so you can hear me well, right? Okay. So let's continue. Nick, again on Amiteo Charia name. He global highlight difference. So global order is not the same as global governance. Global order in its defective review the institution, norm, and decision power at a given time. ចឹងគាត់ឲ្យយមន័យតកតងនឹង global order សម្រាប់ក្នុងពិភពលោកគឺវាតកតងនឹងអីបាទស្ថាប័នតកតងទៅនឹងទម្លាប់តកតងទៅនឹងការបែងចែកអំណាចជាដើមហ្នឹងនិយាយពីសម្រាប់ក្នុងពិភពលោកដល់ global governance អភិបាលកិច្ចសកលវិញគឺគេ is about addressing cross border issue តកតងការដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាឆ្លងប្រទេសឆ្លងព្រំដែន អានេះដូចជាពិសេសគឺ COVID ទប់ទល់នឹង COVID ឆ្លងជំងឺឆ្លង COVID ហ្នឹងគឺជា global governance មួយបាទរួមគ្នាទាំងអស់គ្នាពាក់ម៉ាស់ពាក់អីទាំងអស់គ្នា Okay, say a trade or climate change that affect the world or a significant part of it បាទអញ្ចឹងក្នុងគេនិយាយពីពាណិជ្ជកម្មនិយាយពី climate change ឬក៏និយាយពីជំងឺផ្សេងៗហ្នឹងបាទ To be sure, by managing and solving common problems, global governance can facilitate the relation of a stable and just global order, but it is not the same as global order itself. ចឹងបញ្ជាក់ថាតាមរយៈគ្រប់គ្រងដោះស្រាយបញ្ហារួមអភិបាលកិច្ចហ្នឹងវាជួយសម្រួលឲ្យមានថាឲ្យចេញជារូបភាពឡើង realization of a stable order អាចជួយមាន stable order សម្រាប់ធ្នាប់មានស្ថិរភាពអីដែរប៉ុន្តែ not the same ប៉ុន្តែវាអត់ដូចទៅនឹងនិយមន័យវាពាក្យថា global order ទេប៉ុន្តែវាចូលរួមមួយផ្នែកចាក់ទងដោះស្រាយបញ្ហារួមនឹងដែរហ្នឹងគាត់ចង់បញ្ជាក់អញ្ចឹងហៅ global governance next running the Facebook of running so you may know her name very famous professor of IO as well wrote the book about essential of international relation okay so again this is a definition right recognition of national issue and color and we would do that we need to conceptualize global processes differently than we have today. ចឹងគេថាមើលកន្លែងនេះទំន័យនេះតើតង set of global governance frequent and tense and ranging from conventional and ad hoc cooperation and formal organizational collaboration to non-governmental and network collaboration, even virtual communal interaction on the internet. This imply an increasing role for the regulatory of norms. Global governance ចឹងមានអីខ្លះតកតងវាតកតងជា ad hoc cooperation ad hoc គឺខាងសិទ្ធិមនុស្សប្រតិបត្តិការខាងសិទ្ធិមនុស្សហើយដើមជាមួយ NGO ជាមួយអីហ្នឹងទេ global governance imply that through various structure and process actor can coordinate interests and need in the absence of unifying political authority អញ្ចឹងវាជាក់ឡើងវិញដែរវាថា global governance គឺសំដៅលើអីសំដៅលើមានស្ថាប័ន structure ស្ថាប័នមានដំណើរនីតិវិធីអូខេហើយតួអង្គដែលអាចចូលរួម coordinate មានថាសម្របសម្រួលដល់ថាប្រយោជន៍គណៈពេលដែលมันមានអាជ្ញាធរខ ខាងផ្នែកនយោបាយរួមគ្នាណាមួយចង់និយាយថាអត់មាន international នៅពេលដែលពេលខ្លះគឺស្ថាប័នឬក៏អាជ្ញាធរប្រទេសផ្សេងជំរងចម្រាស់គ្នាណាបាទអញ្ចឹងគឺប្រើពឹងលើអភិបាលកិច្ចរួមសកលហ្នឹងគឺដើម្បីជួយ Global governance imply a multi-actor, multi-process, decentralized framework in its idealized form. It presupposes a global civil society. Hello, what does it mean decentralized framework? Và mình này mới decentralized lọt lưới mà. Hello, any idea? What is decentralized? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me now? Ba lưới bà tôi này. Okay, can you hear me speaking, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue then. Okay. Chứ decentralized cứ
Yes, sir.
What does it mean decentralized?
Definition.
Decentralization. Nó hao vị mạch cả hôm nay vị mạch cả mà cái box nào ta cùng khối tiền bị lơ mò nạp sầm rải hao decentralized mọi người ai nè nấu cần lương đọc vô office mà cả sầm rải vì là nè lưới cho là decentralized vì này bạn nó cứ
I don't know, teacher.
mạch cả. Okay, next, let's move to what are the global governance games. Chứ mà chúng nói chỉ phía game bên ấy là cần liệt, mình nói mình cần liệt ấy là. From Thomas West and Rame Taker. So here they are famous for the UN, the United Nations. They wrote a lot of books about UN, about the UN system. Chẳng Professor mà nó cứ bấy chạy tôn cho nên khang UN say UN system. So they identify they point out 5 gaps in knowledge, norm, policy, incision, and compliance. So the problem or the challenges or the difficulty for practicing or implementing the global governance they have, because this one the 5 gap here, and from one country to another we got this problem. One in knowledge, the gap in knowledge, the difference from one country, from one area to another is the knowledge. Second one about norms. Third one about policy. The fourth about incision, and the last one about compliance. Compliance là lòng tam, what tam, group tam. Respect or follow the law, abide the law. In struggling to make sense of the UN contribution to global governance, Ramesh Taker and Thomas Way, chẳng ai use another Thomas Way, use this gap to structure what otherwise would have been an unwieldy subject. Such a framework allows us to conceptualize essential tasks for the pursuit of more order, stable predictability, and prosperity with a fairer distribution of benefit for the planet. Chẳng cứ có phần nào thằng global governance với chạy tôn em cái concept là này cái chặt tục chỉ cách ca rồi thành khăn muối trong ca xoay rô sự thay đổiភាពsự nạp nó với căn là bị sao lá sự thay đổiភាព ហើយនៅអ្វីដែលអាចព្យាករណ៍ទុកមុនបាននិងវិបលភាពកាន់តែប្រសើរឡើងជាមួយនឹងការបែងចែកនៅអត្ថប្រយោជន៍ដល់មនុស្សនៅលើភពផែនដីនេះបានកាន់តែប្រសើរជាងមុនអញ្ចឹង fairer មានថា better ប្រសើរឬបានមានតម្លាភាពជាងមុនអញ្ចឹងបាន global governance okay here 5 game knowledge normative policy game institutional game compliant games okay compliant games okay. So number 2 what is normative games norm of in environmental protection nuclear abstinence example ចឹងពាក្យថា norm មានថា you have norm គេ norm ទម្លាប់បាទទម្លាប់ទម្លាប់ឬក៏យើងថាក្រមសីលធម៌បានក្នុងការការពារបរិស្ថានឬក៏ nuclear abstinence អ្នកដែលថាអ្នកដែលអវត្តមានឬក៏អត់ចូលរួមក្នុងការទប់ស្កាត់ការសាយភាយអាវុធនុយក្លេអ៊ែរអីបាទអញ្ចឹងវាជា norm មួយជាក្រមសីលធម៌វាអត់មានច្បាប់អីគម្រាមគេដាក់សម្ពាធគម្រាមទេប៉ុន្តែវាជា norm មួយប៉ុន្តែវាជាក្រមសីលធម៌មួយអ្នកគួរតែអូខេគួរតែបាទហើយនឹងហៅ norm គួរតែធ្វើអ្វីដែលជារឿងត្រឹមត្រូវបាទជារឿងល្អ Number 3 policy game តាក់ទង policy អញ្ចឹងវាប្រទេសមួយទៅប្រទេសមួយអាចខុសគ្នា like Kyoto Protocol Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty are example of policy designed to combat threat of global warming and nuclear weapons អញ្ចឹង policy វាគម្លាតពីគ្នាប្រទេសខ្លះវាមានអនុវត្តទៅឲ្យ Kyoto Protocol តាក់ទង climate change បាទសន្ធិសញ្ញាក៏នឹងថាដែលហៅគុំក៏សន្ធិសញ្ញាផ្សេងៗទៅតាក់ទងទៅនឹងការការពារបរិស្ថានកាត់ថយការឡើងដើមហ្នឹងបាទ Okay number 4 about institutional game differences on game even the more powerful institutions like the Security Council the World Bank and IMF International Monetary Fund often lack appropriate resource or authority of both បាទអញ្ចឹងគេថាកលៀតខុសគ្នាណាពីស្ថាប័នមួយទៅស្ថាប័នមួយទៀតសូម្បីតែស្ថាប័នធំៗដូចជាក្រុមប្រឹក្សាសន្តិសុខរបស់ UN ហ្នឹង World Bank បាទ IMF ខាងហិរញ្ញវត្ថុអីជាដើមហ្នឹងគឺក៏នៅខ្វះខាតធនធានឬក៏អាជ្ញាធរឬក៏អាចនឹងខ្វះខាតទាំងពីរប្រភេទនេះទាំងបងមានថាទាំងធនធានសម្ភារៈឬក៏ទាំងធនធានអំណាចផ្សេងៗគ្នា resource source of idea absence of international political will ឬក៏វាអាចខ្វះខាតមានបញ្ហាខាងប្រភពនៃគំនិតមានថាសូវមានធនធានមនុស្សឬក៏ដោយសារតែខ្វះឆន្ទៈនយោបាយអន្តរជាតិ international political will and number 5 compliance games បាទគម្លាតនៃការអនុលោមតាមអនុវត្តតាមប្រទេសខ្លះគេអនុវត្តតាមច្បាប់ឬក៏និយមអន្តរជាតិទៅប្រទេសខ្លះទៀតអត់ហ្នឹង norm នឹងអាចថានិយមយ៉ាងក៏បានដែរបាទទម្លាប់ឬនិយម compliant measure to include a mechanism to identify defection and defector from agree upon norm and commitment in the realm of international governance and incentive to reward cooperation and distributive to punish action បាទអញ្ចឹងវាតកតងអនុលោមតាមបាទអនុលោមតាមច្បាប់អន្តរជាតិកន្លែងហ្នឹងបាទគេមានយន្តការផ្សេងបាទយន្តការផ្សេងដើម្បីកំណត់ defection and defector from agree upon norm and commitment ដើម្បីកំណត់អ្នកដែលហៅថាអ្នកដែលចោះចូលអ្នកដែលចុះញោមឬក៏អ្នកដែលមានន័យចុះចូលចុះញោមមានអ្នកដែលចូលរួមបាទអ្នកដែលចូលរួមបាទនៅក្នុងការតាំងចិត្តបញ្ញាចិត្តក្នុងការអនុវត្តអឺសន្ធិសញ្ញាអន្តរជាតិផ្សេងៗដូចជាខាងកាត់បន្ថយកម្ដៅអីជាដើមណាបាទកម្ដៅក្នុងសកល Hello everyone, you still listening បាទបានយល់ទេបាទយល់ខ្លឹមសារហ្នឹងទេបាទ you miss got problem with internet Hello, can you hear me well Hello everyone, can you hear me Hello បាទទទួលសំឡេងបានទេបាទអត់អីណា Hello សុខុម Hello everyone, can you hear me well Can you hear me well Everyone, can you hear me No response. Hello everyone, can you hear me well?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Yes, sometimes I can see your slide, sometimes I can't see it.
I see. So now can you see the slide now?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe internet or maybe problem with the internet. Okay, but here full rate. Okay, so let's move on. Now my xuống is 2 minute slide. Okay, next one. Sorry. Why the growing need for global governance? Why the growing need for global governance now? So why we need? Okay. Why is there a growing need for global governance? Okay, so this is the question from Margaret Khan. The emergence of concept of global governance in the 1990s. So the idea, right, or the concept of global governance started in 1990 after the end of Cold War, 1989 or 1990s. Okay, at the end of Cold War, after the end of Cold War. accompany a growing awareness of the rapid pace, rapid or quick speed of a number of systemic changes taking place in the world, as well as the rapid proliferation of issue and actor and the inadequacy of existing international organization to provide solution to many problems. So this change include globalization, technological change, Cold War aim, and expanding transformationalism. ចឹងនេះគឺសួរហេតុអីបានជាមានកំណើនខ្លាំងដែលមានតម្រូវការខាង global governance ហ្នឹងបាទអភិបាលកិច្ចពិភពលោកហ្នឹងគឺបាទដោយសារតែមានការគេថា rapid pace បាទល្បឿននៃការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរជាប្រព័ន្ធខ្លាំងបាទចំនួនការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរជាប្រព័ន្ធហ្នឹងទី1ហើយមួយទៀតដោយសារការសាយភាយនៃបញ្ហាផ្សេងវាលឿនបាទហើយមានតួអង្គផ្សេងហើយក្នុងនោះគេសង្ខេបមកដោយសារទី1 globalization សកលពិភពនីយកម្មជាងនាំឲ្យត្រូវការ global governance ទី2ដោយសារ technological change បាទពីដឹងប្រើអ៊ីនធឺណិតដល់បន្តប្រើ Zoom ប្រើអីទៀតnumber 3 the Cold War aid number 4 expanding transnationalism មានថាការផ្សាយភាយក៏ការលូតលាស់ការកើនឡើងនៃ transnationalism មានថាជាតិនិយមឆ្លងតំបន់ឆ្លងព្រំដែនចឹងនាំមាន global governance actor so this one actor what are the actor one state and their subnational and local jurisdiction ចឹងទី1អាចមានរដ្ឋហើយនឹងហៅយុត្ថាធិការ jurisdiction យុត្ថាធិការមានការទទួលស្គាល់ផ្នែកច្បាប់បាទ Number 2 about IGOs and their bureaucracy. You know IGO, what does it mean IGOs? Probably by IGOs. Hello, any idea about IGOs? Well, management by IGOs. Example. Hello, everyone. IGO example. Who are they? So come. Hello. Somali. Hello, Somali. Hello, Somali. Are you there? Are you listening to me? Malay? Hello, Malay. Can you hear me speaking? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Bà lưu dùm lấy mà tôi dùm lấy bàn đấy.
Đánh là hốt mang đây cho đánh học về internet khang lên.
How about other? Can you hear me well? Mà khang nhớ một điều là you should đà điều toàn đấy. Okay, vậy chẳng IGO nó mean example là riêng EU nó cái IGO and their bureaucracy chẳng là người ta cà riết thực tế hoặc là bureaucracy và một lực thôi ca bỏ ស្ថាប័នរដ្ឋ ស្ថាប័នដែលតំណាងឲ្យរដ្ឋមួយ chứ hả IGO ហើយក្នុងនោះក៏មាន NGO ដែរដើរតួនៅក្នុង Global Governance expert and epistemic community អាចជា expert អាចជាជំនាញអីដែរបុគ្គលដែលជាជំនាញក្នុងការធ្វើការសហការគ្នាឆ្លងប្រទេសហ្នឹង network and partnerships កម្មវិធីដៃគូផ្សេងសហការគ្នាហ្នឹងគឺការងារខាង Global Governance ដែរmultinational corporation ជា company okay big company big business company so we call corporation private foundation មូលនិធិឯកជនផ្សេងជាដើមចឹងគឺទាំងអស់នេះជាតួអង្គនៅក្នុង global governance បន្តទៀត classifying types of IGO នេះទីហោនេះចឹង IGO មានអីខ្លះណាបាទមានថា intergovernmental organization បើថាមានទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងគឺមានស្ថាប័នរដ្ឋតំណាងនៃតួអង្គរដ្ឋនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងបាទមានតំណាងគណៈប្រតិភូពីរដ្ឋាភិបាលគេ governmental representatives or delegation to work for this kind of organization so global level like UN World Health Organization World Trade Organization regional level like ASEAN EU AU mean African Union okay sub regional ମାନେអនុតំបន់chơi example ECOWAS អីជាដើមបាទអានេះប្រហែលយើងអត់ដឹង GCC ឬក៏ sub Mekong regional អីយ៉ាងទៅអញ្ចឹងយើងមានអង្គការខាងអនុតំបន់មេគង្គអីចឹងអាចមាន purpose example like general purpose with organization like OAS and kind of agriculture កសិកម្ម specialize ILO យើងអង្គការ ILO WHO ខាង health នឹងយើងដឹងហើយWTO ខាង trade អីដើមគេវា specialize វាមានជំនាញឯកទេសរបស់គេណាហៅ specialize next processes of global governance អញ្ចឹងមាន process អីខ្លះបាទអញ្ចឹង process វាទី1 example complex diplomacy how decision get leadership after strategy ទី1 complex diplomacy prior to the 20th century there was very well multilateralism what makes multilateralism in the 21st century different from multilateralism at the end of World War II than its complexity. There are now scores of participants. States alone have almost quadruple in numbers in Process global governance và miền thì mỗi complex diplomacy thì quý how do decision get made តើតើការសម្រេចចិត្តទី3 leadership ទី4 actor strategy គឺយើងហោហែដល់មួយបាទ Okay hello everyone can you hear me okay បាទឥឡូវយើងសម្រាប់10នាទីណាបាទសម្រាប់ឲ្យ10នាទីយ៉ាងយើងចូលវិញម៉ោង7យើងសម្រាប់10នាទីបាទ relax for 10 minutes please okay and then we come back ចេះសម្រាប់10នាទីហើយខ្ញុំបិទម៉ៃណា